on my first visit to the Underground, said, well, this is what we believe happened. And so there was a fault on the Piccadilly line, which then affected the Bakerloo line, which was her route, which then caused her to either go and get a bus, or she chose that fateful Circle Line journey.
Cool. What comes across, though, very much so, is how much she was loved. You know, how close the family was, but also how that it didn't just kill your daughter. It really, really ricocheted all the way through the family.
It's ripples, you know. It doesn't end with that one event, and that's the trouble. We're seeing it now with Tunisia. You know, it's all about the event, the numbers, but actually the ripples
affect so many people.
In so many ways.
You were really brave, though, because you went to see her. You wanted to see her, and she'd been obviously horribly injured. That, I don't know how you were able to do that.
It was there was no compromise in it. It was just something I knew I had to do, and I don't. People have asked me that, but it's, you know, as a mother, when you give birth, you're there at the beginning of that life. You've nurtured the life for 9 months, and there's something for me very powerful about a sort of co-participant in that. And so at the end of her life, I felt as if I was I felt as I was at the beginning of her life, that I had to look on it, however painful and however dreadful, that she had gone through this and she couldn't be alone in that. That's what I felt.
I understand.
Although some people would say, well, how ridiculous, you know, she was gone. But I just felt that I had to do that journey with her at some level.
That makes sense. That makes sense. In amongst all of this darkness, and the world must have been such a dark place, there were acts of kindness, wasn't there? I mean, and you know, particularly there was the taxi driver who, when he heard why you were in London, because that was when you went to see her body, he took you back to Bristol.
Yes.
He just took you back, and it was no charge, and he just took you back because he just wanted to
do... Reading, actually, because I was with my sister, but it was still a long way.
But he wanted to do that for you, just because everybody wanted to try and help in some way.
Yes, I mean, he thought I'd been up to London shopping, but, you know, when he realised why I was there, just sit back and I'm going to take you, you're not getting on that train. And at the end, not only had he taken me, but I got my purse out and I'd alerted my sister to say, you might need to bring a bundle of money out.
This is going to be
costly. And he wouldn't take a penny.
That's brilliant. And you tried to find him and you couldn't?
Oh, no. But I think maybe, you know, some people need to be anonymous.
How are you 10 years on? Because next week's going to be hard. It's always hard, isn't it?
Well, it's always hard. And I think an anniversary is a curious thing. And the 10th anniversary of a big event is curious because you can't... It's hard to manage. It's sort of out of control because the event is bigger than each family's personal experience. So, I mean, in a sense, one anniversary is no different to another. But there's something about the 10th which marks that passage of time. And I can't believe that we have been without Jenny for nearly 10 years because it doesn't feel like 2 minutes in lots of ways.
Yeah, and it's kind of mourning what would have happened. You know, she should have gone on to get married. She should have gone on to have children, but we'll never know.
And of course, you know, you can't stop thinking these things. We you know, in our family, we're having, you know, babies are sort of being born, and it's a great delight. But it's also bittersweet because I think of the babies that might have been and aren't.